What's up, everybody? It's Mr. Investor here, back at you with a brand new video. Today we're going to be covering Vechain. See what's going on here. There's some news breaking out, and I think it's potentially pretty exciting to see what's going to happen here in the next month or two. So we'll see what happens. Um, we had a sell-off, a crash actually, pretty bad one. Some assets went down 50%. Bitcoin went all the way down, I think 31,000. And everything's pretty much on sale still. Um, Polkadot under 30, I like it. Polygon roared back to over $2. That dropped to almost 80 cents, I believe. Chainlink is at $30 again. That dropped to under $20. And VeChain specifically is at 13 cents now. And it went all the way down to 7 cents at the low. So for all you long-term visionaries and long-term holders here, I hope everybody bought the dip and secured some profits because I don't know if we're in a bull trap or what's going to happen next here, but we did roar back, and it's nice to see. Market cap for all of cryptos is at 1.7 trillion. Bitcoin dominance at 41.4. I believe the lowest we got before the crash, I think Bitcoin dominance got down to like 37, 36. ETH was at like 21 or so percent. I know that altcoins passed Bitcoin at like 40%. So I've noticed that in the past couple crashes now where Bitcoin dominance falls to a certain threshold and altcoin dominance picks up, there's usually a correction. So just to keep something like that in mind here. The crypto fear and greed index. So this is what's going on in the market sentiment right now. Extreme fear at 22. Last month we were at 27 with fear, which is interesting. But yeah, I would agree. It's kind of uncertain where we are right now, where we're going to be heading. So I would say tread with caution. Not sure if we're going to go up or down. Possible bull trap here, so just keep that in mind. Head over to VeChain stats here. We passed 1 million accounts for VeChain. Super cool. Love to see it. X nodes have been steadily dropping at 3,016 now. I said before and I'll say it again. It's going to keep dropping, guys. So if you have the opportunity to snatch up one of these and you believe in the project, you might as well grab one before you're unable to. VTHO burn transactions here, not too bad. I like seeing the six figures. Anywhere between 90 to 100,000 and above, I love seeing that. So that's good news there. And then just to check out the auctions here, not too much has changed. Thunder X is on the market. Cool to see. At X node events, mostly strength X's and VTHOR X's are getting destroyed. Just something to keep in mind here. DeFi Pulse, with the pullback, you're going to see total value lock drop in DeFi. This DeFi Pulse Index, I believe, was all the way up to like 650 or $700. Now it's at 399. That's a pretty good bargain right there. Total value locked, we peaked at 88. Now we're down to 62. It's not too bad. Still a lot of money locked up. Okay, so VeChain. We're going to talk about their digital carbon solution here. Okay, so this is their carbon solution homepage. And it says that VeChain's digital carbon ecosystem is a groundbreaking blockchain and IoT powered carbon reduction platform which utilizes economic incentives to encourage both individual and enterprises to participate in the reduction of carbon emissions. As consumers engage in low carbon behaviors, say by purchasing low carbon products, they earn a carbon reduction credit, which can then be redeemed for benefits from other ecosystem partners such as retailers or even financial services providers. And the solution overview here is by leveraging blockchain Internet of Things technology, we can connect to data sources such as new energy vehicles, energy efficient appliances, and garbage collection vehicles, and upload and store the carbon reduction data on the VeChain Thor blockchain. It then goes on to show that DNV, an independent third party, a massive partnership with VeChain, will verify the data uploaded to the blockchain, execute the smart contract developed based on the carbon reduction model designed by the carbon experts, calculate the carbon reduction equivalent of each carbon reduction act, and issue carbon credits for individual users accordingly. So I'm seeing carbon credits, carbon reduction data, uploading and storing and trading. Okay, individual users can use the carbon credits they get to pay for the services and products provided by the enterprises in the ecosystem. As for the enterprises, while charging carbon credits, they will also benefit from higher user traffic. The digital carbon ecosystem not only serves to encourage more people to participate in carbon reduction and environmental protection, but also creates new business opportunities and increased value for enterprises. They've said before that the new 5 year plan for China is going to be all about carbon and carbon reduction, going carbon neutral. And now I'm seeing this digital carbon ecosystem. They're going to be building an enterprise ENFT system. They released a Medium article speaking about China's stance on crypto. We're all heading this way. It's going to happen. And they highlight a successful use case, BYD. It's the world's leading electric vehicle manufacturer and is the first enterprise to join the digital carbon ecosystem. As drivers of new BYD cars go about their daily driving routine, the system will reward the car owners with carbon credits made by calculating their driving performance and the carbon emissions of the vehicles. When authorized by the owner, enterprises are allowed to manage, share, and analyze the vehicle data. Electric car manufacturers can enhance brand reputation, increase user stickiness, expand application scenarios, and accelerate digital transformation, all while promoting carbon reduction. Carbon credits. I'm telling you, there's going to be a trading marketplace for this, without a doubt. And so let's get into an article here from the Global Times. China's national carbon trading market features two centers, trading in Shanghai and registration in Wuhan. China's national carbon emission trading market, which is scheduled to go online before the end of June, will feature two centers. It will have a trading center in Shanghai and a carbon quota registration center in Wuhan, the capital of central China's Hubei province. The carbon trading system is undergoing a smooth trail run, according to a post. Huntsman Technology said it plays a key role in the construction of the basic infrastructure required for the national carbon market. The trading system supports a variety of trading models, including competitive price transaction, transfer negotiation, and competitive paid bidding. It also supports other flexible extension of trading models that apply to multiple products and markets. The Shanghai Environment and Energy Exchange will be upgraded into a trading center for nationwide carbon market. This is crazy. This is insane. The registration center in Wuhan will be responsible for registering and collecting data. The center is now in the process of opening accounts for the first batch of 2,225 energy enterprises. That is a lot of enterprises. In early March, the Chinese Minister of Ecology and Environment urged the trading in national carbon market, an important tool to help cut emissions and achieve China's new carbon emissions peak goal and carbon neutrality vision, to start before the end of June. And they cap off this article saying Chinese leaders have pledged to peak carbon emissions before 2030 and achieve carbon neutrality before 2060. So this is just showing the beginning here. This is in March 18 of this year. There's going to be two centers here, and they're onboarding 2,000 energy enterprises. Okay? Shanghai, Hubei make the last push to accelerate building national level carbon trading mechanism by the end of June. Being selected as the two centers for the national level carbon emission trading system, one for trading and one for the registration of applications and data collection, Shanghai and Wuhan will step up to build a carbon trading system by the end of June. Shanghai Environment Energy Exchange is responsible for the establishment of the trading system, while China Hubei Emission Exchange in Wuhan, central China's Hubei province, is preparing for the work of the registration of applications and data collection for all carbon emission rights and trading customers. The goal of the national carbon trading system is to gradually establish a carbon market with clear and fair mechanisms, including clear ownership, effective regulation, transparency, and international influence. Along with the current emission rights market, more derivative products should be established in accordance with the development of the national carbon emission rights trading market. Scrolling down here. Since 2011, the National Development and Reform Commission has approved 7 provinces and cities, including Beijing, Shanghai, I'm not going to say the other ones, to start trial schemes on carbon dioxide emission rights trading. So this has been in the works for quite some time here, okay, without a doubt. And it says that in so far, 373 enterprises have been included into Hebei's carbon emission rights trading, with their emission up to 275 million tons, accounting for 45% of the total volume in Hubei covering 16 industries such as electricity, steel, cement, and chemical engineering. In 2020, 356 million tons of carbon emission rights were traded in Hubei's market, accounting for 50.8% of the nation's total. Okay, so that just gave us some background on what's going on with this carbon here, okay? This is from Eisenreich on Twitter. I'll leave his handle in the description. Please check this guy out and follow him. Leaders from Changning District in Shanghai visit Vechain Technology for research and guidance. May 25th of this year, Deputy Director of the Panmin Changning District, Shanghai People's Congress visited the research-only chain. That's the translation from VChain to, I believe, Chinese only chain. To listen to the company. The company demands a visit to the company's office area. As a representative of the new infrastructure technology, blockchain will play an important role in the development of the national digital economy. Enterprise-friendly blockchain company Vechain Technology is at the forefront of connecting business and technology applications. Okay, this is Sarah from Vechain, and she put this on Twitter. Vechain Shanghai and the EU are working closely with DMV teams. China aims to be carbon neutral by 2060, and here's an upcoming seminar jointly organized by DMV Assurance and Vechain to help enterprises explore low carbon emissions in a digital way. At the Central Economic Work Conference held in December of 2020, arrangements were made for the 2021 economic work and 8 key tasks were defined. The eighth item is to achieve carbon peak, carbon neutral work. China aims to peak carbon dioxide emissions by 2030 and to be carbon neutral by 2060. Meanwhile, on December 15th, DNV and the United Nations Global Compact co-organized an online seminar entitled Uniting Global Businesses for a Decade of Action. In this study, we found that 15% of companies have set a carbon reduction target in line with the 1.5-degree target under the Paris Agreement, and 33% are in the process of developing carbon reduction targets. Undoubtedly, as the 21st century begins its third decade, addressing climate change has become one of the key issues that global organizations and businesses need to plan and act on. DMV will join hands with WeChain, that's the translation for VChain again, to carry out a seminar on double carbon targets, exploring low carbon path and digital future with enterprises. Do we see where we're going with this? This is going to be absolutely massive. The United Nations Global Compact for a decade of action. Global businesses working underneath this pact to reduce carbon emissions using DMVGL, who is a strategic partner of VChain. Massive. And then this article came out today. China to launch nationwide carbon trading market by June. China plans to launch a nationwide carbon trading market by June, showing strengthening efforts to reach the country's ambitious goal of net zero emissions by 2060. The Ministry of Ecology and Environment has organized relevant departments and completed trials of simulated trading and tests with real capital. The discharge covered by the nationwide trading market will hit more than 4 billion tons, the world's largest coverage of greenhouse gas emissions. Like other markets, a carbon market involves a transaction between a seller and a buyer. The seller sells a carbon credit to a buyer who can use the carbon credit to run cleaner operations, creating an incentive to cut carbon emissions. China has tested carbon credit trading at a local level for years. Since 2011, which was said in the other article, such pilot markets have been set up in 7 provinces and cities. By March, pilots programs have covered more than 20 industries, nearly 3,000 major companies, which cover about 440 million tons of carbon discharge, creating the turnover of 10.47 billion yuan, or $1.64 billion. The major goal of the carbon market is to serve companies to reduce carbon emissions so companies are able to reduce emissions at a lower cost with a market-oriented mechanism. Okay? And then just to tie all this in together, VChain posted this tweet today. Shanghai, Changning, and Huangpu district government reps made a visit to our office, and we were glad to discuss about potential transformative collaborations. The VChain blockchain is ever ready to serve the community, enterprises, governments, and more. I think that says enough for this video, don't you think? The carbon trading system is going to come live within the next month or two at the latest. They're going to be using VChain. VeChain made a post about enterprise NFTs because the carbon credits are going to be NFTs on the VeChain Thor blockchain, and that is why the stablecoin VVET is going to be needed in order to facilitate all of these transactions. And with that, there's going to be DeFi onto VeChain as well, and VeChain is going to have this is going to be a massive use case. This announcement is going to be absolutely massive, and VeChain it's going to $1. I have no doubt in my mind. So everybody, just keep holding, and keep believing because it's going to happen right before our very eyes. Stay tuned to the next video. Follow me on Twitter. I hope you guys have a great day.